President Donald Trump's recent suggestion about pursuing a third term in the 2028 intro for presidency has introduced some interesting uncertainty in the Republican Party and the future of the leadership that the plans were. At least they were until Trump really said, oh yeah, I'm kind of running for president again. Despite the clear stipulations in the 22nd Amendment, which basically prohibits him from two elected offices, and he gets them twice, two full terms, Trump remarked that he has left the potential for GOP contenders all sort of crazy because he's really serious about being president one more time. Back in March of 2025, there was an interview on NBC News where Trump stated that he was not joking about the possibility of a third term and mentioned that there are methods to achieve this. One such actually is not all that complicated. It involves Vice President J.D. Vance actually running for president, winning the presidency, and then resigning and giving it to Donald Trump, who would be the vice president and be president again. It could happen. Well, it could happen. Trump did not confirm this plan as a strategy, but says, like I said, there are methods. The biggest thing, this is fuel speculation of what the Trump organization is doing by selling these Trump 2028 hats. Officially would rewrite the rules on them. Now, this is an official Trump organization, so it's not just some rogue person on the street selling caps. This is something that has to have something to do with Donald Trump because he's in charge of all of it. The merchandise being rolled out, coupled with Trump's statements and a couple of things that are kind of be whispered around, being interpreted by some as a strategic move to actually test the public reaction to see whether the people would actually want a Trump 3 and see how to go from there. Now, the ambiguity of surrounding Trump's intentions have effectively stalled everyone else in the party on what they're doing next. All the names that were sort of floating around thinking Donald Trump wouldn't win back in 2016, and of course, that happening. Donald Trump didn't win in 2020, and that, of course, had him a chance to ramp things up. And then Donald Trump running again and winning in 2024 for 4 more years of this, and knowing that he'd be out, him having to pick a successor as opposed to picking himself to run one more time. Potential contenders are all sort of reluctant to put their names out there as heads of the party or leaders going forward because backlash from Trump and the base. If you're not down with Trump, then you get backlash from everybody who's following him to keep things going. And so anybody who's looking to sort of push themselves up as the front runner, including his vice president, has issues with basically being shut down as, no, I'm in charge, wait until I'm gone, and maybe I'll be around a little bit more longer than you think. There have actually been pushes in the Constitution to amend things for a while for third terms for presidents without consecutive terms, which is basically what we're having here. Legal experts say because there was a gap in between, maybe that's your intro to get him in one more time. By the way, he'll be, 80 years old by the time he's in charge again, although he'll be in. So, well, you get that. So, but right now, as far as what the party looks like for 2028, what the horse race looks for those Republican parties, it might be the incumbent, or it might be J.D. Vance running as the successor to just give it back to the incumbent, or it might be a whole slew of other people. Now, not to wish ill will on anyone. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 3.5, 4 years to get there. But as it stands right now, assuming Donald Trump is still standing behind the podium, he thinks he may have a shot at being Trump 3, getting one more shot at 2028 because he's Donald Trump. Do you want this? Which is exactly what they're trying to see right now. Do you actually want a third term of Trump? Because Trump number 2, not off to the swinging start that he believes it is. He's saying it is. But it's early. It's very early. And more things could happen. For good or for ill. You let us know what you think about a third Trump in the comments.